Bread. It's in toasters in America, soft and stretchy in the Middle East. The baguette is even a national treasure in France. I mean, literally, every culture has a version of it. But how did bread become one of the most widely eaten foods in human history? Why does nearly every country have its own kind of bread? Let's find out. Long before cities, money, or writing, there was bread. When humans figured out farming, people went from chasing animals to chilling with crops like wheat, barley, and millet. Then someone, who was probably hungry and a little too experimental, decided to grind those grains into flour, mix it with water, and throw it on a fire. Boom, flatbread. It was dry, chewy, and even a bit tough, but it was filling. But then, in ancient Egypt, around 3000 BC, someone accidentally left their dough out too long, and wild yeast snuck in. The dough bubbled. It rose. Leavened bread was born. Now this bread, it was soft, it was fluffy. It actually tasted good. The invention of sourdough changed the game. In fact, it became so valuable, people used it as money. Coins had not yet been invented, so workers at places like Giza were paid with bread and beer, around 3 to 4 loaves a day. Honestly, that's not a bad deal. At least rent was free.
It's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
Then the Romans showed up around 200 BC, and they were like, what if we made this portable? So they built clay ovens, added salt, and it got fancy with it. By 79 CE, Roman cities like Pompeii had full-on public bakeries. And yes, some of those ovens are still standing. Imagine breaking bread so iconic it outlives a volcano. Fast forward to medieval Europe, and bread became a flex. Peasants ate rough, dark loaves made from rye or barley, kinda like if someone made bread out of sadness. The wealthy, though, they got the soft white stuff, refined wheat flour. Now, getting it that white, it meant sifting by hand, over and over. The labor was intense. So was the class divide. Bread wasn't just food, it was status. And that's some OG gatekeeping. So, why did bread take over the globe? 3 reasons. 1, it's cheap. 2, you can make it with almost any grain. And 3, it lasts longer than most cooked foods and can handle travel like a seasoned pro. That made it perfect for soldiers, merchants, and anyone migrating with snacks. Then came the Industrial Revolution, and bread went full factory mode. New milling tech, steel rollers, mass production. It was efficient. Suddenly, white flour wasn't just for the rich anymore. The flavor got milder, the texture softer, and bread became recognizable across cities. A loaf in London could look and taste exactly the same as one in Liverpool. Then, in 1928, the game changed forever. Sliced bread. Literal invention. Cultural metaphor. Peak convenience. Adding preservatives and chemical leaveners, and bread stayed soft longer, traveled better, and didn't go stale midweek like your motivation. In Egyptian Arabic, the word for bread literally means life, and honestly, that's pretty valid. Today, bread is everywhere and nowhere at once, like a carb chameleon. You've got sourdough in San Francisco, injera in Ethiopia, steamed buns in East Asia. You even got cornbread in the Americas. In countries where rice or maize run the show, bread still sneaks in. At breakfast, on the streets, during celebrations. Modern bakers are out here hydrating their dough like skincare influencers and adding butter, sugar, milk, turning loaves into luxury. So next time you grab naan, croissants, tortillas, or agege bread, know that it's not just bread. It's history. It's survival. It's culture. It's one of the few foods every culture shares. And yet, no two cultures make it exactly the same. Bread fed workers, travelers, and kings. And somehow, it's still feeding us all. Thanks for watching. If you like content that unpacks how the world got the way it is, through the everyday stuff, hit subscribe. I'm Tobi, asking why, so you don't have to Google at 2 a.m.